coming. I'm excited to be here today to welcome you to this very special screening of one of the biggest movies, I don't know, ever, of the year for sure, Barbie. Yes. Barbie, for me, is really all about empowerment. It's about the magic of the stories that we tell ourselves, about our inner imaginary little girl playtime fantasies that turn into our real life big girl dreams. And the knowledge that we can really be whoever we want to be, whoever we imagine ourselves to be. That's what we are, and that's what we can become. No matter if we're a girl from the Bronx via Puerto Rico, or from Los Angeles via Honduras, or from Mattel via the magical pink box. This is, there is no one in my mind that embodies this more on and off screen than my friend America Ferrera. She has been such an inspiration, honestly, such for Latinas for years and years and years already. And I look up to her talent and her activism. Who she is as a person is actually even more beautiful than that. But what she does for the Latino community, she shows up when we need her, motivating us to use our voices and to advocate for a better world. And I am happy to be one who can say to her, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. It matters, and we appreciate you. America, your role in this film is truly authentic. So please help me welcome the talented and beautiful and voluptuous, curvaceous, beautiful, gorgeous America Ferrera.
I'm crying. You would be crying too if J-Lo just said those things. You speaking to me directly, because I know it'll be one of the things that play like on my deathbed. I'll be like, J-Lo said nice things to me once. I have to say, like, Jennifer, there was no roadmap. There was no road before you. And every single thing that you've done and every step that you paved is still permission in every way for me and for so many of us who, I mean, I think about you on a weekly basis. What would Jennifer do? What would Jennifer do? And she'd get her ass up and do it. And just thank you, and have you here supporting me in this moment, which we know for our community don't come too often, that we get to be represented in the big stories and the big dreaming motion pictures. And so it's truly an honor to have you supporting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here on, is it Saturday? On your Saturday. Thanks for being here to watch the film and to hear the discussion that I get to have after the film with Clayton. We wanted you here on purpose. We wanted the voices in the media that can watch stories with a lens of what these stories and what our representations in these stories mean for us and mean for our community and mean for the audiences. So thank you for being here. It really matters to us that your voices are heard when it comes to culture on this level, and that, you know, we're not just a footnote. We bring incredible value, why things resonate, why things are successful. And so thank you for being here for the conversation. I have to say thank you to Ekis, to Jess Morales Ricardo, to Elsa Mary Collins, to Kevin Rakowski, everyone who sponsored this, hosted this, made it possible to be here to have this conversation that was truly a very intentional conversation. It was like, who are the voices that we deeply want in this conversation? And that was each one of you. You're here on purpose. We wanted you in this room. So thank you for coming and for saying yes. I'll stop talking, only to say I did this little movie called Barbie in 2022. And you know, is anybody seeing it for the first time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Couple people. So close your ears. But there's a moment I remember reaching it the first time I read the script, when my character Gloria realizes Literally close your ears if you haven't watched the movie. There's the moment where she goes, "You came for me. You came for me." And, okay, you can unclose your ears now. And it's that feeling of how deeply we deserve to be a part of the story. How deeply we deserve to be visible, to be present, and not just as one little thing in a box, but as our whole selves, to get to be invited to the fun, to the adventure, to the party. Like, how fun to not only be stuck in a box of our trauma and of our, the roles that we're so often allowed to play in. So when I said yes to doing this movie, it really, it was personal in that it was a journey I wanted to go on, but it was a journey that I wanted for us. I wanted us to be in this and to be represented, and it deeply carried me through and bolstered my work. And so I hope that you can see that. I hope you can feel that. And that's all. I hope you enjoy the movie for the newcomers, and I hope you enjoy it again for those of you who have seen it. And before we get with everybody in the back, except that projector light is not going to. Barbies and Kens, enjoy the movie.
And by any chance, it's always great to know this. Anybody's first time seeing Barbie today? Wow. And Band-Aid ripped off. I don't know what you guys were doing last summer, but it's so good to have you to the party now. America.
Hi.
God bless America. FERRERA. We've spoken a lot about this. I'm a fan, I'm a stan, I'm an America FERRERA apologist. She can't do anything wrong, I'll fight anybody that says it. But what a year to have you, not just in Barbie, but also Dumb Money, killing it every step of the way. And in this film, all big ups to Greta Gerwig. It's the diversity that I yell about all the time in movies. And when we talk about diversity, a lot of us are talking about different things. But here, it was, you were there, you were Latina, but it didn't have to be obvious. We didn't need it pointed out. We didn't need you saying anything Latina. Your husband did, but you did not. Can you talk about just that reassurance and happy feelings of reading that script and being you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had this feeling when I read the script that I just, I couldn't quite understand, what came first. It's like Greta wrote the character Latina, and she said she had me in mind for it. And I don't know which came first, if it was she wrote it Latina and then thought of me, or she thought of me so she made the character Latina. You'll have to ask her. But it's one of those things where it's being Latina was not the purpose of her presence in this movie. And for my whole career, I have mostly, with the very few odd exceptions more recently in my career, I've mostly just been considered for roles that were written Latina. So if it doesn't say Latina on the page, I'm not even in the conversation. And I think I said this to you the last time we spoke. I know with a lot of certainty that this would have not been my role if it hadn't been written into the script that she was a Latina. And yet, there was nothing Latina about her role other than that that's what she was, and she loved Barbies, and she was an adult woman and a mother and a wife and a struggling artist. And it's so interesting because you need the purposefulness. You cannot rely on the default to ever fall in our favor, because it won't. So there was purposefulness, but there was not tokenism. And that I wasn't in there to be a Latina. I got to be a whole person. And that was great. It's rare for me. It has not happened often in my career. And in fact, Dumb Money is another example of a character that was based on a real life person who was actually a Caucasian woman. And I know that I was in the conversation amongst actresses of all different backgrounds. And so you know, I can't say that that's the truth for what's happening in all of Hollywood, but after almost 23 years of being a professional actress, you know, getting to be invited to certain parties and to play in new lanes is exciting. You know, it's we can't build careers of diverse characters and performances and, you know, nuance without the opportunity to do it. You know, when we're constantly just being asked back to play the roles that we are historically, you know, asked to be in, because that's what is comfortable for the culture, to see us repeatedly in the same roles. And so this felt like a real gift and a real like a really fun invitation for me, and it was moving. And we have to get the story straight from Greta, because I do wonder, like, why did you write her Latina? Because there's no real reason for that other than that's what she saw.
23 years in the business and 25. That's very, very impressive.
I know, I've been working since I was 2 years old.
Yeah. Let's get the big elephant in the room out.